Hello everyone, Fanta here, you're watching Fantavision, and today we are discussing the Xbox Series X gameplay reveal. And I put gameplay in quotes because of the lack of gameplay. I mean, a lot of these were just highly cinematic, and in fact, none of them were just pure gameplay. I mean, there are little glimpses of gameplay throughout all of these different presentations, but there was no point where they just slowed down and went, alright, this is a guy playing the game, and this is the game. You could say that even those demos are very fake, especially when it comes to Ubisoft, but at least it would show some sort of gameplay. But what we saw here was just a bunch of scripted nonsense, and that makes me really sad, and that's why the yikes like to dislike ratio exists. So let's just go ahead and go through a couple of the games that they were showing, give a general overview so you don't have to watch the whole thing if you don't want to. Let's dive in. Bright Memory Infinite looks like Titanfall if it was rainy and windy a lot, and instead of having a mech, you had like a cyberpunk car and a sword. So you've got all the usual machine guns, pistols, shotguns, but you've also got like this grappling hook thing, and there's enemies with swords and shields, and I don't really get what this game is about. I mean, it looks interesting, but it also looks kind of generic at the same time. I'm very mixed on this game. The next game they showed off was Dirt 5, which is basically just Forza Horizon now, which I'm completely fine with. It looks exactly like Forza Horizons, and I love Forza Horizon. So, yeah, I'm interested, but it's definitely not something that we didn't expect. I don't know what the hell this game is at all, and I don't think anybody does. They showed off a game called Scorn, and it's just an H.R. Geiger-based game. It's a penis simulator game, I guess. I mean, really, what is this game even? I don't get it. Again, no gameplay, no context, just weird, creepy imagery I didn't need to see. They talked about Madden, because of course they did. EA's got to get those ultimate teams in there somehow. I mean, who cares? It's more football, it's more Madden, whatever. I mean, they went on way too long just talking about stuff, like they always do with all these sports games. Like I'm supposed to care about the history of Madden. Nobody cares about the history of Madden. People that play Madden don't care about the history of Madden. They just went, oh, new football roster. That's what you're selling. Come on, don't kid yourselves here. And I guess a lot of EA games are able to upgrade to the new Xbox Series X. I'm constantly seeing in the news. Destiny's going to be in the new Xbox. Call of Duty Modern Warfare is going to be on the new Xbox, or Warzone, or whatever it is. They're going to be moving a lot of these games over, just like they did with the Xbox One, where they had a lot of games that kind of commingled, or you paid a little bit to move it over. I guess for most of these games, it's going to be free, EA included. So, I mean, that's cool, I guess, but I mean, Madden from like a couple years ago to Madden now don't really look any different, and I don't have any hopes for the next generation. Same with the NHL games. They're just going to keep looking the same. Another much anticipated game that I really know nothing about is Vampire Bloodlines Masquerade 2. I completely messed up the title of it, but it looks like a really interesting game from the visual department, all these different crazy things going on, and after watching a lot of gameplay and reviews of the first one, seeing all those the different freedom of choice and all of the really crazy things you can do in this game definitely have me interested. The Ascent is a game that actually really intrigued me because it's another ARPG, action RPG game that is basically Diablo in space. I'm down for that. I love those sort of games because they're very easy to play with co-op, drop in, drop out, getting loot, getting gear. It looks interesting. Of course, the only gameplay they showed off was highly scripted, highly edited gameplay, so I can't really tell how much fun it's going to be because they cut it together to make it look all action-y and fast, and it could be super boring. The loot could be unbalanced. Who knows at this point, but they definitely have me intrigued, and it's so strange. Another cyberpunk-themed type thing here. I mean, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but a lot of games are coming out with these neon color lightings, and they're very cyberpunk-esque because they're all trying to capitalize on the fact that Cyberpunk 2077 is coming out soon. There's a game they showed off for like a couple seconds called The Medium. I don't know what the hell's going on. It makes just as much as the Scorn trailer. It makes as much sense as that one island game they showed off. I mean, there's a lot of these trailers that don't make any sense, and the context is kind of wishy-washy. I don't know. There's no gameplay. It's just a cinematic. This is a gameplay reveal. Show gameplay. Speaking of weird games, the next game after that they showed off was an anime hack and slash game where you are killing potted plants creatures? Potted plant creatures. That's what you're killing. Oh, what? What is happening in this game? I don't understand it at all. I know they're really trying to get into that Asian market because the Xbox does not do very well in Japan most of the time. I don't know how the Xbox One did. I doubt it did well. I know the Xbox 360 didn't do very well. It seems like they just can't get into that market. So they're really trying. They're putting this in the forefront, and we'll see if it works, but this game just looks weird. I mean, it could be fun. I like hack and slash games, but at the same time, yeah. Now, a game that I can get behind, a premise I can get behind, is Second Extinction, which is you're just shooting dinosaurs. I want more dinosaur games, just like I want more real pirate games. Because it seems like whenever there are dinosaur games, they're not very good. They're usually on the PC, and they're just kind of these, whatever the opposite of AAA is. They're triple D, triple F? I don't know. They're not very good. So I'm hoping that we're finally getting a good multiplayer co-op dinosaur shoot 'em up game. I used to love playing that Jurassic Park Lost World light gun game in the arcade. So hopefully this is the replacement. Something I found interesting was that Yakuza Like a Dragon was shown off in this gameplay reveal Xbox Series X big event thing, because it's been pretty much a PlayStation only series for a long time. They've just recently started moving them over to the Xbox One. But with this, you can definitely tell that the Yakuza games are going to be a big focus. And again, I think they're trying to get into that Asian market. I don't blame them. They're great games, so I'm looking forward to this one. I've heard the gameplay style is going to be a bit different. But again, they didn't really show any gameplay off, so I don't remember what the other gameplay they showed off in the past. This would have been a great way to refresh my memory, but they didn't do that. They instead just showed a bunch of cinematics. I don't understand what they were thinking to call this a gameplay reveal, and they show zero gameplay. Then, for some reason, a lot of these different online events, unless it's Nintendo, they don't really know how to end these things. So he did this, like the main guy did this cringy, oh, I'm changing the backgrounds on Microsoft Teams. Look at, I'm in this game now. Oh, I'm in this game now. It's the same sort of thing that your office coworkers think is hilarious in the middle of a meeting, to just change the background. Oh, I'm in space. Look at everyone. I'm in space. It's, God, SNL did that joke, I think. I think everyone's done that joke by now. So sick and tired of the Zoom, Microsoft Teams, whatever program you're using, background change jokes. Let's move it on now, please. And the very last thing they showed, besides that cringe fest, was just this mini little Assassin's Creed cinematic trailer that didn't show off any new information for the game, and again, did not show any gameplay. Give us some gameplay for Assassin's Creed. I want to know what the game's going to be like. Is it going to be like the RPG thing? You can tell me, okay, this is like the people that said, oh, you got to look at the book and not watch the movie because the book has a lot more information. When I'm watching these events, I want the events to inform me of what's in the game. I don't want to go find some other article out there and figure out what the game's about. This is a reveal event of these games. Tell me, is there the RPG elements again? Are we going to have loot again? All I know is that there's going to be rap battles and you can play as male or female, and that's about it. And those are, again, things that I learned from articles, and why the hell is there a rap battle? I don't get it. I almost made a video just about that. So, all in all, I see why there was this big backlash. I see why everybody is like, yeah, but where's the gameplay in your gameplay event? Because there just wasn't any. And that's what we all want. We're all sick and tired of the, ooh, it's a beautiful cinematic trailer that doesn't tell us anything. You know, I mean, it's not like a movie where the movie trailer, oh, that's what the movie, these are parts of the movie. The cinematic trailer, 9 times out of 10, half that crap ain't even going to be in the game. So you're just wasting our time with just showing us basically a fancy title screen. That's it. So, kind of unfortunate and annoying that there was like maybe 5 or 10 minutes of gameplay. If you combined all of the little tiny scraps of gameplay they showed in these trailers, I don't know. It was just a big disappointment. And it seems like, again, Nintendo's the only company that knows how to do this digital only thing. And Nintendo's not even doing anything. They canceled theirs for June. So God knows when we're going to get the next Nintendo Direct. Oh yeah, and there was like one last thing before I'm wrapping this up. Nobody's watching at this point anyway. There was like a Star Fox type game with some like emo chick and less furries. So there you go. You can play that now. And then some first person adventure game that I just immediately thought of BioShock. It wasn't like BioShock at all. It's this bright, colorful island with a sinking ship off the coast. But looking at the picture and talking about, oh, you were here last and stuff like that. I don't know. Just remind me of BioShock. So yeah, there you go. That's basically the summary of the whole thing. It was a big disappointment. It seems like Microsoft and Sony just don't know how to introduce a new console, because Sony is just sitting there doing nothing. They've shown off nothing. They did a GDC TED Talk for like 15 minutes, described how a solid-state drive works. That's pretty cool. But I want to be excited for these consoles, but I just don't care any. I mean, maybe they just know that nobody's going to be buying them because we're supposedly headed towards the next depression. But that's a whole nother video and a whole nother topic. Thanks for watching, everyone. Leave a like on the video if you liked it. Subscribe for more content. And I'm going to be putting a video on Patreon that is a parody of this whole thing. It's not a finished project. I spent like 2 hours on it, and I'm like, why am I making this? But now you guys can watch it. Have a fantastic day.